Hello guys, welcome to the Altimeter. My name is Tarun. In this video, I'm going to explain about what the hash graph is and the quick insights about the Hedera Hashgraph. So let's discuss that. So Hashgraph is a distributed ledger technology that has been described as a continuation or successor to blockchains, which means the present blockchains are having certain complexities in achieving the consensus algorithms and to process the more number of transactions per second and to achieve the high throughput. So certain limitations are there in the blockchain, so those limitations can be solved by hash graph. So to discuss more on that, let's understand how the blockchain works in general. So the transactions that are happening in the blockchain are validated by the miners here. So what the miners will do, miners will create a new block and they will add these transactions after validating them to the newly created block, and they will attach the hash key in the header of the block. So that hash key can be generated by the miners by using hashing functions. To generate that, it requires more computational power. So the newly created block has to be added in the existing blockchain. In order to add that successfully, it has to match the hash key of the previous block with the newly created block. So once that hash key is matched, that blockchain state is changed, and that can be considered as the consensus is achieved. So in that case, the transactions cannot be manipulated once the consensus is achieved. So that is how the blockchain works in general. But in this mechanism, all the blocks that are having hash key linked in the header are connected over a link or a chain. So that is synchronous and it is in cyclic manner. So in that case, all the different nodes that are connected over a distributed network can fail in achieving the consensus. To understand that better, let's look at this diagram. So generally the consensus is achieved when the decentralized networks like this, suppose all these nodes are operating under a distributed network. So when the consensus is achieved, it means that one particular thing is correct, and that correct agreement has to be approved by all the existing networks, existing nodes available in the network. So in that case, the consensus can be achieved. Sometimes the consensus may get failed in the situations like, for example, this node is saying I propose A, and this guy is saying I propose B, and this node is saying I propose C. In that case, they are not having any common thing to agree on. So in that case, consensus gets failed. So to avoid this situation, Hashgraph uses separate algorithm, and let's look into that. So here the blockchain versus Hashgraph. So let's discuss about the technical definition and the purpose of the hash graph here. So it unlike blockchains, hash graphs do not use miners to validate transactions. Instead, hash graphs uses a gossip about gossip protocol where the individual nodes on the network gossip about transactions to create directed acyclic graphs that time sequences transactions without bundling them into blocks. So to understand this statement better, let's get back to the diagram. So generally in the blockchain, all these blocks are connected to the previous hash key to validate that particular block or the to achieve the consensus. But in the hash graph, all these nodes are linked over the distributed network. So A, B, C, D are these four nodes that are operating. So when the transactions are happening, they will generate the events. So all those events with the record will be gossiping about the information with the in between the individual graphs. These circular things are represented, or those are called graphs. So the information is transmitted between the graphs randomly. So all these graphs communicate between them randomly. So what that gossip information is about. So let's get back here and read this. Each gossip message contains one or more transactions plus a timestamp, a digital signature, and a cryptographic hashes of the two earlier events. So those graphs will be containing may contain one or more transactions, but with a timestamp and a digital signature and a cryptographic hashes. So all these three parameters are there to validate those transactions record, and all these are gossiping about randomly. So all these graphs will come to a consensus because the probability is more here while communicating and achieving the consensus. All these will agree on one particular thing is correct. In a way, the hash graph algorithm will work more efficiently than blockchain. So that hash graph functions like, let me explain here. So Hedera is the only public ledger that uses hashgraph consensus, a faster, more secure alternative to blockchain consensus mechanisms. Hashgraphs work efficiently to verify transactions while ensuring the high standard of security to prevent malicious attacks. So this is very important. Hashgraphs achieves high throughput with 10k plus transactions per second with a low latency finality in seconds. So that is the greatest feature to overcome the blockchain technology that Hedera is having. So presently, this hashgraph technology is currently patented and only authorized ledger is Hedera Hashgraph. So the there are very big names behind these guys. Presently, the Hedera is owned and governed by the world's leading organizations. You can see the big names here: FIS, Google, IBM, Boeing, IIT Madras, TCS, Wipro. All these big names are stepping into the Hedera Council, and they are funding this organization to incentivize and expand this ecosystem of Hashgraph to explore more about the DLTs. So these are the very big names, guys. Recently, the IIT Madras joins from India. IIT Madras joins Hedera Governing Council to advance the institute's research and development in new blockchain and distributed ledger technologies that are called DLTs. So the native token HBAR is trading in major exchanges, guys. So it is trading around 40 cents today as I am recording this video, and I don't want to give any financial advice on the price actions, but I just wanted to let you know about these fundamentals of the Hedera hash graph. And if you look at the 1 year time frame in this chart, it was just trading around less than a cent just over an year ago. You can see the all-time value, all-time low value here, and all-time high value was just recently happened. It hit all-time high mark on September 15th. It was trading around 50 cents on the day. So I suggest you to more to explore more about this Hedera hash graph, and if you want to invest in this HBAR token, I am providing my referral link of the WazirX. You can sign up in the WazirX and deposit some money and invest in HBAR and hold for the long term buys. So that's it for this video. If you feel this video is very helpful, and if you have learned something about Hashgraph, then definitely give a like and subscribe to my channel, guys.